We are super excited to share our trip to the Tinley Park North American Reptile Breeders Conference, and honestly, it completely lives up to all the hype. If you've never heard of it before, this isn't just any reptile show, it is the Super Bowl of reptile shows. We're talking about one of the biggest and most well-known reptile expos in the entire country, where breeders, collectors, and reptile lovers from all over come together in one place. And the energy? Absolutely insane. From wall-to-wall tables of incredible animals to some of the most knowledgeable breeders in the world, to plants, supplies, and absolutely amazing artwork. This place is basically heaven. Whether you're a hardcore enthusiast or just getting into the hobby, there's something here that will blow your mind. There were so many animals we wanted to bring home, but we were good this time. I only brought home 2 geckos. So the first gecko we're going to rehouse into this paludarium. It is the magnificent Tokay gecko. So we got this Tokay gecko from Seri from Gallery Gekkos. And I'm really excited to have one from Seri because I've always been told to go get one from my friends from Seri. So we got one, and she also gave us a creature care card that she makes. So it has all kinds of care information on the Tokay geckos. And then we also got this really cool sticker. So I'm really excited to have a Tokay gecko sticker and a pamphlet on Tokay geckos and their care. So yeah, let's get this little one out. I decided to name her Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. She's only 3 months old and is just a normal wild type Tokay gecko. I am really excited to have this Tokay because it's from a gecko line that is kind of sentimental to Seri, so I feel really special to have this gecko right now. So for right now, we're gonna put Sally back into this temporary enclosure. So we're gonna be putting Sally into this tall paludarium because they like vertical climbing spaces. It is quite large for her, but we don't have anything that's going to give a good temperature gradient because they do like to have an ambient temperature around 75 to 80 with the hot spot in the 90s. So we're hoping that we can get it really hot up top and a good gradient going down, so that way we can hit those optimal temperatures, and if she wants to go get warm and bath, she can, and if she wants to get out of it, she can go lower. So this is a tropical species, so we do have a tropical mixed substrate here that we put in with some leaf litter and some hiding spots for isopods, so that way if there's any uneaten insects or poop, the isopods and springtails can clean it up for us. I've also added a water dish, so if it wants to go soak or go get a drink of water, instead of getting water droplets on the wall, she can go down there and get that. And then I'm also going to put a smaller dish in there to put any like worms or something in there as like a little treat, and that way she can go forage for those if she would like at some point as well. And then we're also going to be putting climbing logs in there, and I'm picking out these bigger ones so that way if we're trying to get her out to socialize her and calm her down, we can pull these out easier and find her a lot easier instead of having a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I think we can probably put her in her enclosure to get used to it and settle down. But I'm really excited to have her, and I'm really hoping to be able to acclimate her and tame her down a lot so we can handle her quite often and have her hang out with us for videos. Our next gecko is my dream lychee. So if you don't remember from our lychee video, my dream lychee is a pink expression lychee from EpicStyle from Chris, and we asked him to pick one out for us and he delivered for sure. Look at those pink bandings on this one. She's so pretty. So before we get her out and take more of a look at her, we're gonna put her in this Repticrim. It's a little on the smaller side, but while they're getting acclimated for a while, for a few months, I'd like to put them in a smaller one so we can monitor their food intake and their droppings. So we're gonna get this one ready for the lychee. So like we've seen in our lychee video, they're a more tropical species, so we're going to put in a tropical substrate. One of my favorite parts about Tinley, you can fill an entire bag of cork bark from Pangea for 25 bucks. So now I have a big selection of cork bark. So Chris told me that she is a Nuami locality, and she's almost 10 months old, so she's still a baby. And she's suspected to be a female, depending on how he incubated them. He's leaning more towards female, but only time will tell. But in the meantime, I've named her Bonnie because I eventually want to play with breeding, and we'll have Bonnie and Clyde eventually when we get a male. I'm really excited to have this Lychee. This is my ultimate dream Lychee that I've wanted, with some pinks from Chris. So I'm really excited to have her, but for now let's let her chill out in her home and get used to it so she can settle down and de-stress.
In addition to these two geckos, we also got some new tarantulas. One is called a red skeleton. We got this from Birds and Beasts Pet Shop up in Crystal Lake, Illinois. We also traded our mature male Pyrgolis for a subadult new Pyrgolis. Now we don't know if this is a male or a female, but we suspect female. Now always handle tarantulas at your own risk. I never really handle ours except during a rehouse. I'm not necessarily scared of it hurting me. I'm always more scared of hurting it or losing it. They are always leggy spiders, but if you look at this compared to our last video, I think this spider's a lot more vibrant, a lot prettier, and I'm hoping just more female. We also picked up two Heterothelia gabonensis. These are a dwarf species native to the Congo. And we had actually gotten some from a friend a couple of years ago. They matured into males, we gave them to some friends, and these are actually our grandchildren. So these are offspring from some of those males that I traded. Can you see one? They are tiny little cobweb spiders at this point. Eventually we'll do a rehouse, but for now, these little vials are just perfect.
What was your favorite thing that you saw at Tinley?
Oh man. There was a dark morph blood python. I want to say it's almost a Sumatran stout python. Is that what they're called?
Sumatran short-tailed python.
Okay. I had fun playing with it. I don't know if it's a blood python or if it was one of those, but some child was carrying it around and he let me hold it. I love blood pythons. We got ours from Brian. They're an underrated species.
My other thing I like to bring home from Tinley is souvenirs and artwork. So we always support USARK, so I got their older t-shirt that has a blue-tongued skink on the back. And then we also got the first edition commemorative coin. And then there's a diamondback terrapin on the back, I think.
Who drew these beautiful things?
I think this was Adeline Robinson Art. Speaking of which, we were at her booth all weekend. I love hanging out with them. They're so amazing. And she has amazing artwork, like this Galapagos tortoise print. Her originals are always at her booth as well. And then Chris also makes artwork as well with like Spaceball themes. So we got this keychain that looks like a Game Boy cartridge. And man, does this take me back to some good times as a kid. And then we also got some art from Noah Bounds. This is an amazing white-lipped python with some moths, and I think these are little butterflies. This is such a gorgeous piece. There's so many talented artists at Tinley, and I love all of their artwork. I want to take all of it home. Joey always gives out these blue tennis balls, and my dog loves them. But they also have the cutest axolotl one. Here you go, bud. You should juggle, Nick. And then lastly, Nick bought me one of the greatest pieces of artwork. It's Mothman stained glass. I love Mothman so much. I'm so excited to hang this in the reptile room. And our absolute favorite part about Tinley is seeing all of our friends and all the people who help support us, not only as a channel, but as amazing reptile people. We learned so much. We got to talk to a few people who do genetic testing on ball pythons. So we got to talk some science and nerd out with other people that do science. So that was really cool. Maybe we'll look into some literature on that. But it was really fun to hang out with some good friends and laugh so hard that my stomach hurt. It was great. Also, since there isn't going to be a Schaumburg NARBC anymore, they've added a June Tinley. The rumors are true. There is a June Tinley on the 27th and 28th of June. We will be there. Hopefully we'll see you there. Come support us, come say hi, come get a picture with us. Anything. Go buy some animals, go buy some artwork. We'll see you there.